Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Erica and I make videos all about making and selling candles. And today's video is going to be all about picking a brand name and just talking about topics of names and how to figure out how in the world you are going to be able to pick a company name, pick a brand name that is going to be your candle company. So there's a lot to think about when it comes to trying to pick a name. This came fairly easy to me, only because I love words. I'm a writer and I just love words and finding out the meaning behind them and trying to do kind of a meaning within words more than just what the actual word means, but what it means in relative to me in my life. Hope that makes sense. But what you're really trying to do when you're looking for a brand name, you're looking for something that's going to be the name that's, representing your company, is you want to first take a moment to think about what you want your candle company to be. And I know that's easier said than done because there's so many different things that you can think of when it comes to thinking about a brand name. And what I would say is go to the basics of what do you want people to think or feel when they read your name. For me, it was a little different. It wasn't one thing where all of a sudden one day I was like, oh, Memory Box Candle Co. Like that is the name that I'm going with. When I first started selling candles, my name was Sweet Girl Candles. And that's because my eBay name is Sweet Girl Sales. So when I first started making candles, I just did a play off of that name. So it wasn't something that I, spent a ton of time thinking about. It was just Sweet Girl Candles. That's, what the name was. But I didn't feel like that was the ultimate name that I wanted to go with. So it was just something that I did in the moment just so I could place it, make a label, and make my candles all cute when I gave it to my coworkers. So that was just something that I wanted to do. But when I was actually trying to think of an actual brand name, the process that I went through was keeping a notepad or like a note section specifically on my phone for thinking of brand names. So whenever I would get an idea, I would just write it down, and whatever came to mind, I would just put it down in that notepad. So anything that I would think about, even like little like snippets, little sayings, anything that I was thinking about, I would just put it all onto that notepad. So it would be randomly throughout the day. I'd hear something, it would pop into my head, I'd have a dream, there'd be something that would happen where I would feel connected to that word or to something like that. And then I would have little ideas in my head of, oh, well, maybe this is kind of the direction that I'd want to go with my company. And you could do so many things with a candle company, a candle brand. You could niche down really, really specific and have a very niche market with your candles. You could be a little bit broader. You could do so many different things when you're looking to have something unique and special. And I know that a lot of times people, like when you're looking for a name, you're looking for something, you want to stand out. You want to make sure that your company, your brand is going to stand out from everybody else. And I feel like the way that you do that is you have to have meaning behind it so that you have more passion into your company and into your business and have a story behind it. So if you can have something to where the name represents something for you and tells a story for you, that will really have a very beneficial impact for your business. So what I recommend is take a couple of days, take a week, take just some time to think about anything that's meaningful for you. So if you were in sports all your life, or if you played an instrument, or if you are just involved in something that's very, very, that you're passionate about, maybe you are involved in some charities and you want to do a candle business around that, or just anything that you can think of that will be really, really meaningful for you that you will be able to share with others. Beyond that, I would say maybe talk with friends and family randomly and just kind of brainstorm together. Go online. If I'm ever trying to think of a name or anything, go online and just type in cool words onto Google or pretty words onto Google, as in you're asking Google for them to tell you these things. And you can just go through, they have like these long lists of going through all these random words or pretty words. And if you are wanting to connect it with your name, and put a really pretty adjective and then your name or something like that, you can look into doing that. So I would say just look around, keep your mind open for things that will inspire you in the moment, and write it down so you can come back to it later. So I thought it would be fun to tell you guys the 5 brand names that I almost picked for my brand that obviously I did not pick. So going through, the name that's most similar to what my candle company is Nostalgia Candles. So this was actually going to be the name of the company, but I thought about it and I realized it's hard to spell and it's kind of hard to pronounce a little bit. And I was just thinking, I don't think that's the best idea to have a name or a name with your brand that's hard to spell. So as much as I really wanted to have that be my brand name, I didn't go with it. Very happy now that I didn't. Second one is Calli Candles, and I didn't go with that one because it was already taken. So I was really bummed when I found out that this was already taken, because I wanted to do an entire California themed line, and I know that a lot of people do that. A lot of people will do it with their state, but it is really popular with California, I've seen. So that was the second one. Third one was Literal Candles. I don't know why. I guess I was just thinking, when I'm on Etsy and I'm looking at the candles there, a lot of the candles are kind of a little, kind of outrageous, just little sayings and stuff like that. So I guess I just wanted to do like a literal, like taking everything literally. I don't know, I guess I kind of want to do like a play on like Amelia Bedelia, if you guys ever read those books when you were younger, where she would take everything literally. I didn't even have any ideas with it. I didn't write anything down, so I'm trying to think of what exactly I was gonna do with that. I'm not too sure. Number 4 is All the Feels Candle Co. So I got this phrase kind of from everybody being like, oh, all the feels, it gave me all the feels, like it gave you a rush of emotion, and I thought that was kind of like a very millennial type of thing to do, but I just didn't think that it would do well in time, just because I don't feel like everybody's gonna be using that. I don't hear many people using that phrase anymore. I think it was just over the span of a couple years, and but I thought it kind of flowed well, so All the Feels Candle Co. So yeah, that was number 4, and obviously I didn't go with that one. And then number 5 was Homebody Candles, and I believe this one is already taken as well. So Homebody, I wanted to do a basically a homebody type of candle line. So I am a homebody, I'm an introvert, I like to be inside, and I wanted to do a whole line kind of inspired by it, which ironically probably would have been a very interesting type of business and brand to have during this time right now where everybody's inside. So I feel like all of my candles could have been very relevant during this time, so that's kind of an interesting thought. But yeah, those are the 5 names that I had thought of but I didn't go with. Now I want to tell you guys the story on how I came to the conclusion of Memory Box Candle Co. So it was a play on the nostalgia candle, so that was really what I was going for. So I was really going for, okay, so since they bring back memories, for me especially, memories are absolutely such a huge part of my life. It sounds funny to say that because obviously your memories are a big part of your life, a big part of your past and things like that, but I revisit memories a lot. So when I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I would write in a journal every single year. A lot of times I would have my school journal, meaning the duration of the school year, and then I'd have my summer journal. So technically 2 journals a year that I would fill up, and I did that starting from 7th grade all the way up until 12th grade. And in these journal entries, I would basically be talking about boys, but I would tell stories and I would remember certain little things, and I would be talking about, you know, just little things that normal people wouldn't really remember. So I would write down the date and I would revisit my old journal entries from even like a month prior and just remember that moment, and it would always take me back to remembering that time. And I would always kind of shock people and let them know, you know, like, oh, the last time we went to In-N-Out was on June 1st, and everybody would be like, how do you remember that? Like, because I wrote it down, and then I would revisit it. So I remembered everything, and everybody knew me as like the dates girl, because I would just recite all these dates that I would just have stored in my memory. There's still a few dates that I remember, and it's kind of weird because it's not relevant at all right now. But anyways, so I remember thinking about nostalgia and how I wanted to bring that out into my candle company. So, but I was talking to my sister on the phone one day, and I had talked to her about what I was thinking about doing, and giving her the name, and telling her, like, I don't think it's a good name though, because it's harder to spell and harder to say. And there was a name we came up with, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was, oh my gosh, it was Flashback in a Flame. Flashback in a Flame was another name that just actually came back to me. So it was Flashback in a Flame. For some reason, it just didn't stick with me. And now that I think about it, I'm like, ooh, the logo for that would be really cool. But I was driving to work. I remember exactly where I was on the road, and I was driving to work, and I was like, what's something else that's like in relation to a memory and nostalgia? And I was like, memory box. Like, people do like little memory boxes, and I was like, but people might think that that's like a memory box candle, like a candle to put inside a memory box. But then I just kept thinking about it, and it stuck with me so much, and I was just like, I feel like this might be it. And now that I think about it, everything has kind of come full circle, and there's been so much more that I've thought of that makes so much more sense with memory box. So I'm going to show you guys something real fast. So this right here, it's very heavy, so I'm not going to... it's very heavy, so I'm just going to show you guys kind of the side of it. So it's like a little treasure chest. It's super like beat up at the top and everything. I'm going to open it like slightly just so you can see. So those are all my journals and everything. There's some more. And it's not just journals. I mean, it's everything, you guys. It's seriously notes passed in class in 7th grade. It's wristbands that I wore in 8th, 9th grade when I would go to certain events, carnivals, festivals, anything like that I have in there. I have movie tickets, I have concert tickets, I have old photos, I have just everything and anything that I want to save. I have a gift in there from my very first boyfriend that he gave to me after our 1-month anniversary. And so I still have all this, and to me, this is everything to me. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like hoarding tendencies. I feel like it kind of is, because some of the stuff I've kept is very, very strange. But anyways, this is my memory box, and this is a huge like part of me and my past, and I just love bringing that out in my candle brand and talking about it with you guys. And at first I really didn't know if sharing my story and being so like revealing pretty much like tons of aspects of my life and stories and pictures and just different things. One, I didn't think anybody would care. I really didn't think anybody would care. But the response I've been getting has been really, really interesting and really positive. And you guys have been so amazing with like just reaching out and letting me know that you love kind of what I'm doing with my brand so far. So it's really cool, and it's like really, really awesome feedback. And I love talking about it. I mean, I could write about my past for forever. I used to seriously love just talking to my friends about just different stories from my past. I still love doing that too. I'll talk to my coworkers and just like tell them all these stories. So yeah, but that is pretty much what I wanted to talk to you guys about, just letting you know kind of what you can do to try to find your brand name, and don't rush it. Have it be something that you feel like you really connect with and you feel like it's really the name that you want to go with, and just let yourself kind of fall into it. And I want to show you guys just those names that I had thought of, and I want to show you guys my big treasure chest here. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave it a like as well as subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MemoryBoxCandleCo, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.